He that is evil unto himself, to whom will he be good? He shall not take pleasure in his goods. There is none worse than he that envieth himself, and this is a recompense of his wickedness. If he doeth good, he doeth unwillingly, and at the last he will declare his wickedness. Ecclesiastes, or Sirach, Ecclesiasticus, or Sirach, 14:5 through 7. All praises, honor, and glory. Before I get started with this sit down, all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai, Hashem Kakodash. To the apostles and elders of GMS out of New York, the bishops out of Connecticut, do send double honors because they do well. For the brethren around the world, push this truth on come on through to give you the good, the bad, and the ugly of the scriptures, correctly breaking down the prophecies and interact with the people on the planet. Send a hearty shalom. For the hope we like to hope this is edifying. For the aquas, the fear and the truth is listening to say the chair to keep doing so. Or for the scorn call for reprobate 2/3 Israelites, 17 other nations who are in the midst of Jacob's trouble. It's getting worse and it's only going to get worse. Anyway, why do I start with this scripture? I was at the sit down last night when we were talking about how YT people don't want to face their reality or face the truth in their circumstances and this, that, and the other. Okay? But it's hard for them to face truth about a lot of things. Hard for them to face truth about us. Hard for them to even establish we are who we are. But let's show something. And this is a clip that came up in my thing. And it's a few years back because it's got Charlie Murphy and he's going in or something. But let me show you what this man can accept, because I dropped a comment on it in the process. So let's see if I can get to play. Let me turn the volume down some a little bit so that it doesn't sound all crazy in the process.
I became angry. Were you in trouble with the law? Quite a bit. Were you ever in prison? Nassau County Jail was as far as it went for me. I got my life together. Seeing the crowd react to him. 10 years old, my father was murdered. I didn't realize it, but I guess it had an effect on me. I became angry. Were you in trouble with the law? Quite a bit. Were you ever in prison? Nassau County Jail was as far as it went for me. I got my life together after that. We moved to Roosevelt, and then they knew I was an outcast in Roosevelt because I was from Brooklyn. So we all became a crew. So watching Eddie's success had to be bittersweet for a guy like you, because it wasn't that bittersweet.
Charlie Murphy says people wanted sibling jealousy, but he was too busy getting goosebumps watching his little brother become undeniable.
Because it wasn't that bittersweet. There's nobody like Charlie. Nobody was funnier than that. Some of my biggest laughs in my life are Charlie. I miss my brother. I can't tell you how proud I am about my brother. There's nothing bitter about it. Be honest for a minute. I'm being totally honest. Okay.
You see how they want to do this? You see that coon Robin, that sidekick of Howard Stern's sidekick. Like she's ready to chime in and push this fucking narrative. These people have no clue. They have no clue. You know, and I dropped a comment. I'm gonna pull up the comment so y'all can see it. It says Charlie was not letting Howard get on his BS. A brother's love is a brother's love. Charlie was always Eddie's biggest fan, and he was always protective of him and his success. This is me at the top. The family not poor anymore. Jealousy, why? Only white people can be on that kind of shit. That's why Chat GPT says what it says about white people. Jealous. I've got a cousin that hit money in this kind of category. Probably worth a couple $100 million right now. Never been jealous of him. Was actually disappointed that the family didn't stand up the way they needed to legacy wise so that he was able to spread it out even more among the family as he wanted to, but because his own sisters and brothers fucked it up on some level, he kind of kept it a closer knit on it, and this, that, and the other, because brothers and sisters was up there in New York when he was up there in New York around all this time when Eddie was dropping and all this other kind of shit, being sisters being strung out on crack and this, that, and other, and they driving around in AMG cars and shit like that, and dope man driving his sisters and brothers' cars and shit like that. So you see, but jealous, was never jealous. Was happy, was glad when he was playing with Oakland. As a kid, loved going to see him. Was always proud of my cousin. Okay? I'm in the truth now. Okay? He doesn't have the truth. So he is who he is. But back then, before the truth, never had anything bad to say about my cousin. Still don't have anything bad to say about my cousin. His mom, yeah, she was a little skanky. But other than that, nah. Like I said, the family wasn't poor anymore. And that's what Charlie, and you can see this in how it feels. So I'm going to let Charlie say what he's going to say. Then I'm going to put a couple more scriptures to this to call it a day on it.
I'll explain to you why I wasn't. I know my family's history. On the boat when they first brought us over here. Before my generation, I can't look back and go, yeah, you know, my uncle went to Harvard and he was this. No, we was regular American black people. We were struggling to get ahead. And then one of us broke through. The first time I seen my brother perform on stage, the feeling that he gave me, I can still feel that feeling right now. It gives me goosebumps. And I seen the crowd react to him. I was 10 years old. My father was murdered. I didn't realize it, but I guess it had an effect on me. I became gay. Were you in trouble with the law? Quite a bit. Nassau County Jail was as far as it went for me. I got my life together after that. We moved to Roosevelt, and then we knew I was an outcast in Roosevelt because I was from Brooklyn. So we all became a crew. So watching Eddie's success had to be bittersweet for a guy like you because it was not bittersweet.
Tony Murphy says people wanted sibling jealousy, but he was too busy getting goosebumps watching his little brother become undeniable.
Because it was not bittersweet. There's nobody like Charlie. Nobody was funnier than. And some of my biggest laughs in my life are Charlie. I miss my brother. I can't tell you how proud I am about my brother. There's nothing bitter about it. Be honest for me. I'm being totally honest. Okay, I'm explaining why I wasn't. I know my family's history. On the boat when they first brought us over here. Before my generation, I can't look back and go, yeah, you know, my uncle went to Harvard and he was this. No, we was regular American black people. We were struggling to get ahead. And then one of us broke through. The first time I seen my brother perform on stage, the feeling that he gave me, I can still feel that feeling right now. It gives me goosebumps. And I seen the crowd react to him. I was 10 years old. My father was murdered. I didn't realize it, but I guess it had an effect on me. I became gay. You in trouble with the law? Quite a bit.
Okay. Enough said. Enough said. These people can't understand that. Like I said, this is perfect scripture for that. Okay? Verse 8. The envious man hath a wicked eye. He turneth away his face and despiseth men. A covetous man's eye is not satisfied with his portion, and the iniquity of the wicked drieth up his soul. A wicked eye envieth his bread, and he is a niggard at his table. The thief cometh not but to kill. The thief cometh not but to steal and to kill and to destroy. That is what this Edomite was designed and built and made to do. Nothing else. Going all the way back to Cain when he killed his brother. Because his brother was doing good and he wasn't getting the sacrifice right. Period. And see, right now, this is what you see the Lord doing. This is Isaiah 14:5. Yahweh hath broken the staff of the wicked and the scepter of the rulers. He's breaking it now. Yeah, sure, the Oppenheimers, the Bilderbergs, the DuPonts, the Gettys, and the Rothschilds being the number one family, are still in power. But they hold even on their own people is being broken. Like I said, Chat GPT can't give them any kind of recommendation as being a proud people. They are full of pride, but they got nothing to be proud of. Okay. Okay. And the Lord deals with groups of people. So let me show you this in this. Verse 12, Isaiah 14:12. How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning? How art thou cut down to the ground, which did weakest the nations? Lucifer. This is who the Rothschilds and the Oppenheimers and the Bilderbergs and the DuPonts and the Gettys say they hide behind, right? The left hand light, right? The Luciferians, the light bearers. Light bearers are the evil side of light. Okay. So Lucifer, but let's go down a little bit. So we're going from verse 12 to verse 16. They that see this shall narrowly look upon thee and consider thee, saying, is this the man that made the earth tremble? So we went from Satan and the light bearer to it being a man. And not just a man, men. This Edomite has no place that he can actually call his own. He done raped, pillaged, and plundered so much of the earth that everybody wants him out of it now. Or they want to knock him off his peg. So what are they looking to say? It says, where we at? Verse 10. All they that speak unto thee, speak and say unto thee, art thou also become weak as we? Art thou become like unto us? Esau ruled with a sword, that nuclear weapon. Well, not everybody got nuclear weapons. Everybody got enough of them that he's not the only one on the block with them. So now they want to know, have you become weak like us now? No, we didn't become strong enough to be able to challenge you now. So Esau, his time is up. His moment is passing. We're watching it pass in real time. So for the hopeful elect, we just got to hold strong. Remember the Lord, Yahweh, and his son, Yahweh Shai. Pray, ask for forgiveness. Do the work. Do the things necessary. Okay? Because our faith will be shown by our works. Faith without works is dead, and works without faith is dead. But I'll show you my faith by my works. Okay? But as part of the elect, it's a gift. Okay? But the elect is going to be doing what the scripture says they're supposed to be doing. And whatever work that is and whatever and that faith that's needed is going to be in effect in the elect's life as this shit blows up. So with that, I hope that's exhortation for the people that are in the truth to stay in the truth, and the ones that are outside of the truth, maybe in some of these other different camps that haven't been teaching you the 100% truth on salvation and how to get it, that you come out of it. With that, I want to send all praises, honor, and glory out to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, and Kakwadash, to the apostles and the elders of GMS out of New York, again, the elder bishops out of Connecticut, hearty double honors because they do real well. Hopefully, let hearty shalom. Bless the world above.